I might have been like, okay, she's talking about a rich man, let you choose, but really, I'm gonna take this one to no limit first, because even when I hear that sometimes, and this is where I know me and her, we might do a little bit of this, is I feel like you shouldn't be going after anybody to take care of you. Like, take care of yourself, right? Until you meet somebody who then takes care of you. But the goal when you wake up every day is not to wake up and find me a rich white man to take care of me. It is to be a woman of substance. Let me be found doing like Ruth, and a nice dude finds me and says, hey, I want to cover you and take care of you. But when you yourself hear this, Nomalinga, what are your thoughts?
Um, the only tweak, I don't have any problem with what you're saying. The only tweak is your parents are supposed to take care of you and then hand you over to your husband's family and they take care of you. So, but it by no stretch of the imagination does it mean that you start seeking people out only for their money and only for their race. It's about trying to build a family based on a holistic approach of they have to be that he has to be able to provide. He has to come from a good family. They have to, and yeah, this is a lot. The other thing though also is even if somebody is rich and white, that is what she's saying is anti-African because they have to be vetted. So just being white and being rich isn't enough. There has to be more that you have to dig into because you can't just trust a person because they're rich and they're white. In fact, those might be the two reasons not to trust them.
Mm. Shalay, do you think that dating wealthier men creates a false sense of security, and that maybe women are being sold a fantasy that doesn't really match reality?
I think that that is definitely true in some or a lot of cases. I think in some cases, you have a woman who has a good man and he just happens to be rich, or he just happens to be white, or he just happens to be rich and white, or black and rich, or whatever it is. But I think that um, the problem is the more women as a whole, the more that we place our identity and our validation in our self-worth and being attached to a man or having a man as your validation, I think that that's like the root of the problem. So it's like any man, like you said, boo boo, who has, an apartment and a job, but as long as I got a man. So that's like the root of the problem, the very basic root of the problem, because our identity as women and as humans should stand alone, and it shouldn't be um, subject to having someone else validate you. That's the root issue. And then the issue of actually going out to say, I don't think it's a problem going out to say, I would like for someone to come in and support me and take care of me, especially if I'm going to give them children and a life and a home and things like that. But I feel like some women look at it as that's the goal. Like, I feel like we should have goals for ourselves. And like you said, Lene, come into alignment with that. And so that when you meet that man who has money, you're kind of equally yoked with him in spirit, in mind, and things like that. Your person is equally yoked with him. In a situation like this, I feel like the power dynamic is totally off because he has all the money, he has the influence, he has the power, and he's older than her.